Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another stream. It is the last trading day of 2024. I hope that all of you guys are ready to kind of wrap off the year on obviously a good note here. It has been an unbelievable year here. Again, I mean, with LTMP, the private mentorship group, you guys have been absolutely crushing it. We're gonna set ourselves up really, really awesome for the year 2025. It is going to be a really, really interesting year. There's a lot of interesting kind of events that are forming that obviously I think that not a lot of people are prepared for, because what most people are doing is just kind of looking at the market from a really amateur perspective. um like it almost like the stocks only go up. We're only going to look at the top mag 7 and the top stocks in the S&P, or some of the kind of lower cap growth companies that are coming in and are just kind of failing to realize all of the different things that we have coming forward into the future. So that macro research report that I'm going to be writing up for you guys is going to be really good. Market's up a little bit here going into the last trading day of the year. Again, we're up 0.2% right now. We do have, and we haven't seen one of these in a while. I put this in the pre-market plan for you guys in there. We do have a bullish volatility zone. So we haven't seen one of these in a while. We do have a bearish volatility zone up here. This zone we don't really need. This was like a prior all-time high zone. And then we had rollover. We gapped kind of all around it. So we don't really need that one. These are really the kind of the two zones that we need to be paying attention to today. And again, this is a public live stream today, team. Again, this is the last day to get 2 weeks free to the private mentorship community. So that link's pinned to the top of the live chat there. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of day again. Say good morning to somebody in the live chat. If you guys would like to say good morning to me, I'd love to receive some good mornings over here. If you guys are new to the stream, new to the community, new to trading, new to anything, let me know. I'd love to welcome you guys in here. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. It costs you absolutely nothing to do it, but it helps me out a whole lot, spreading these streams out and this information out to as many people who actually want to learn to have long-term success in this market. I can't wait. Again, going into 2025, guys, I mean, I've kind of set myself up in a really good position just in a couple of different ways, especially like you guys kind of know I've been more active in the bigger accounts this year. And obviously it served me very well with those big ideas: Palantir, SoFi, Yin, Philip Morris, a lot of these different position trades that we've had. But I've also been trimming off a lot of my other big like overweight long-term holdings. So I've got a decent amount of cash sitting around ready to go and deploy at some really good opportunities when I do find them. So I'm really excited for that, kind of increasing the size on those. Again, you guys have seen what we've been able to do with companies like Palantir, buying that in the 15, 16 range. Obviously, I would have loved to have had a lot more, and then it trading all the way up into the 70s and 80s. SoFi's already at a double. I think it hit a 2.5x for us. I think it was real. It should have. It was right around 2.5x for us already on SoFi within a matter of months here after I gave that to you guys. And then we do have a couple of setups that I want to look at today, but really what I want everybody to start paying attention to set ourselves up in the best way possible for 2025 is going to be like, we really need to watch this market, and we can't have, like, in order to make me feel comfortable putting a significant amount of size back into these swings, we can't have these giant overnight moves. So I'm fine with taking the positions. They're just going to be a little bit smaller size until the market proves to me that it's still that it's ready to get back to a little bit normal there. But let's see what we have in here, ladies and gentlemen. We got Eddie, Dr. Bob, Starsky, Romeo, Rogue, Ian, Thos, DJ, Eric, Garrett, Eric, Real Estate Rescue. Good morning. Reserve. We got Caesar. We got Michael. We got Diego. Good morning, everybody. Again, it is the last trading day of the year. Nobody's slacking on the like button. Make sure you guys are hitting that on the way in. Let's have a good day. And let's do it here. So, 10-year yields are up a little bit here. You did see a nice little gap down again. Here's kind of what I'm really looking at here on the 10-year. And also kind of with like TMF and TLT. There's an old saying. I think it's I always mess up this guy's name. Really successful swing trader. I think it's Kulamagi. I think that's how you pronounce it. And the saying is you're never smarter than the 10 and 20 uh like exponential or simple moving averages. You're not smarter than them. That's going to really give you a picture of the longer term trend. You can kind of see in here. I want to see this trend in the 10-year really shift, especially with a situation like a bond movement here. Like, you guys have seen me call the top in bonds before, or Yeah, top in bonds, bottom in yields before, right in here. The day before the September FOMC meeting. To me, right now, I'm not really interested in calling the top in yields here because it's not like there's gonna be what I think is very possible that's gonna happen is that you don't have to nail the top on it. The only reason why in some of these scenarios here where you want to try and nail these bottoms and tops is because the movement in the bond market may not be as big. So you want to make sure that you're getting the best entry possible, but you really could see a long lasting declining yield and increasing bond environment throughout the next year. So it almost doesn't matter if I come out and call the top. Like again, I am interested at these levels here, and this easily could be the local top in bonds or yields. Sorry, bottom in bonds. But we really have to wait and see and make sure. Now, there's another interesting chart here that I'm interested in this. It's not a textbook A plus setup here, but it is interesting to me, and it's Nvidia here. Now, again, what did we kind of see on this? You guys know how I like to approach the market. You guys know what we're looking for. It's super simple. People love to overcomplicate the market, put way too many things on their charts, confuse themselves. Guys, you literally could do this. Like we could do this with our eyes closed most of the time. Up, flat, up. Make sure we're looking for the same things over and over, and be able to siphon out money from the market. Now, this example here though is a little bit different. Not really, but it's like you did see this trend shift to the upside here. Honestly, like I wanted to see Nvidia hold this daily 10 exponential moving average here before you got this like further period of potential consolidation and then a break higher. It's not really what you saw. You saw the gap down, but it quickly reclaimed the daily 10. Now, if you end up breaking above yesterday's high, I mean, I'd be interested in a little fun trade on Nvidia potentially moving all the way back up to that like 146.50 area. I think that's a possible move that we do end up seeing, but again, the market's going to be really volatile here. The two others that I'm really interested in, Lulu's a solid one here. Again, you did get a little bit of a gap down below the 10. You did close back above it. So again, this area here, 380, basically 390 here on Lulu, but Target's looking really good here, ladies and gentlemen. Michael, shout out to you, buddy, for becoming a member of the channel. Again, guys, you don't have to ever become a member of the channel, donate a super chat, whatever. Don't do that. The thing that is going to benefit you guys the most over the long run is going to be hopping into the private mentorship community, less trades, more profits with us. That link is at the top of the live chat there. And today is the absolute last day that you guys can hop in and get a free trial, 2-week free trial. There will never be a free trial ever again. I launched this community back in September after we had those courses out for you guys. I've done a couple of launch promos. The price is honestly really low for what we do in there overall. In the beginning of 2025, we are going to be increasing prices on that as well. So if you guys want to secure your spot, make sure you guys take advantage of that. Today's the last day to get 2 weeks free. You get both the courses, the Day Trading Mastery course and the Swing Kings course, the full watch list of stocks and cryptos that are about to explode before they do, the pre-market plans, the macro research reports, the single stock research reports. There is so much in there, guys, that like, and again, it's to me, like I could sit here and do all all the nonsense that everybody else does in the trading space and just do like, oh, look, alerts, all this stuff. And probably make a lot more money. But my whole goal with this community is to give you guys that one-stop shop for just every single element of market knowledge that you absolutely have to know if you want to have long-term success. And it is what it is. There are certain truths out there in the market about what you have to know and understand in order to be able to put yourself in the best position to have success in the long run. And that's one of the main, or I would say the sole reason why the vast majority of people in that community are able to have so much success. So that link's at the top of the live chat there. Michael, shout out to you, buddy, for hopping in. I appreciate that. But yeah, let's do it. So hopefully you guys are having some fun New Year's plans, dude. The amount of peer pressure that I had to overcome to come back to Boston for New Year's was crazy. Like New Year's in Florida, I haven't done it yet, but I've heard some stories and it's just absolutely crazy. Next year, I'm definitely doing it. But it's also like probably the last year that like me and all my Boston friends are going to be in the same spot. So it's like, I'll do one more. And the parties are fun. So again, oh, wow, you guys are crushing the like button already. Thank you guys. So let's see what we got today. I mean, I'm kind of interested in NVIDIA. Lulu and Target are really my favorite too. Pfizer, I'm like kind of interested. Again, you guys know how I feel about trading healthcare. I don't like it. It's not for me. Um, But Pfizer, again, we've had some really, really, really awesome setups on this thing in the past. I think it was earlier this year, but there's been some really fun ones on this. So yeah, and if you guys click that link, I mean, just go read the reviews on there. Like I only have 5-star reviews for a reason. Simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. All right, what else we got here? All right. Let's see. Any other tickers that you guys want to cover? Let me know. And again, after today, we are going back to the normal live stream schedule that I do have for you guys. So live privately for the mentorship group Monday through Thursday, and then Friday is the public live day. So Thursday we're going to be back private, Friday public, and then next week is really a normal week, but we do have Thursday off next week because of the national day of mourning for Carter passing away. So let's see what we got. I gotta write up that macro research report. Let's see, just renewing the YouTube membership. Already part of the private community. Oh, sorry about that, Michael. Sorry about that. Already part of it. Highly suggested. Oh, thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. So yeah, we have a lot of fun things coming in 2025. I have a couple of interesting plans for what we're going to be doing with the some additions to the mentorship group. Those trade recap videos I think are going to be really helpful. Now here's what I'm thinking, and I haven't said this yet, but I'll float this idea by you guys. I might have like a free section, and the only thing that's going to be in there is the trade recap videos, just to like give some more people some like extra like free knowledge and stuff. That's all that's going to be in there. So we might do that, we might not, but again, all the courses, everything else is going to be in the what do you call it? The mentorship group. Also, I got to post more day trading videos. It is what it is. Like people just eat them up. Like if I can go out there and get a couple million views on TikTok and Instagram, I probably should do that. So, uh, Fubo, you have 200,000 shares of that one. It's a big boy position there. Let me take a look. Not a daily chart that I like. I mean, I can take a look at this on the weekly, the monthly. See, not really a chart that I like here. And also, I don't really like have a good insight into this company either. So I'm only really going to be able to give you like the technical, like look of it. Now, what I will say though is on the weekly, if you were to look at this in terms of like zones, you do have this. You do have a pretty big area of support in here that you're starting to come down into. So, I mean, you could end up basing down here again, like you saw back in July on this weekly time frame, and then start to move back to the upside here. Other than that, though, there's not really much that I can give you on that one. He only has 5-star reviews because he deletes his 6-star reviews. Thanks, I appreciate that. GSAT. You can take a look at GSAT. That's an interesting weekly chart there. That's a very interesting weekly chart. I'll just look on the daily. Ooh, I like that. That's an interesting one. You get a couple more days of consolidation on this thing. This could be a fun share trade. Now we also have this QUBT. This is not something that I would typically go for. I do have alerts on this, but you do see that quantum theme really starting to heat up here, and it could be something that carries deep into 2025. So I'm going to be watching this one. This might be one that I end up taking a trade on. Move stops to break even very quickly, and then seeing what I can get on a continued move to the upside. Obviously, if we were to break a couple of these levels in here, take the entry, stop at the day low. First CP would probably be up at that 27 area, but that's an interesting one here. Yeah, no. Fubo's not a setup. I think he's just asking about just long term. Yeah, Fubo doesn't look good. You do have that weekly area. But yeah, other than that, I'm not. And again, there are some like pretty smart people out there. I will tell you that, and have asked me about that before. But again, I'd have to take a deeper look into the company in order to get a better idea of it. MK, let's take a look at these actually. So Urban, is this Urban Outfitters? Oh, interesting. Not bad. More of a slow grind up here. KMI, I think that's Kinder Morgan. Yep. Not oil and gas. That's an interesting one. WMB, GM. I actually might be really interested in. Hold on. That one, I'd like to see that consolidate on the 10. GM. All right, we've done some really, really good work on GM in the past. It was one. I think it was July. We nailed this. Where is it? Yeah, it's here. This one. This was an epic move up here. So the trade was really this. That's kind of what the trade really was. I just had that extended. But yeah, GM is a really, really fun one to trade. I will keep this on the radar. And again, when you guys come in and you start learning the setup that we look for and you see how powerful it is, one, you're going to think to yourself, why were you ever trying to do anything different in the market? And two, the second thing is once you identify the setup that we're looking for, the second thing is understanding which ones we want to stick to and which ones we don't. And that really comes down to understanding the big picture of the market, um, and just kind of like the sector analysis, just overall, like, okay, is the market looking like it wants to continue higher? And are these setups going to fire off or does it not? Thanks for that. No problem. No problem. Yeah. And I'll have like, this is kind of the way I look at it. I'll have between 5 and 10 really, really good ideas every single year in terms of like position trades or longer term. This past year was really, really, really good on some of them. We had Palantir in the 15, 16s. We had SoFi. We had Philip Morris that went from 95 to 130, and you got a dividend payment. You had Yin, the long China thesis, which at that same time we also nailed Pinduoduo for multi-thousand, or I hit it for like 900%. But you guys had some bigger moves there. But my Yin shares, I mean, I bought that thing at 20, sold half of it at 51. Now I have free China exposure. It's awesome. I love that. Let's see. If you sign up, is it all in the Discord? Yes, yes, it is. So now, Real Estate Rescue, I do things a lot differently than I think most other communities out there, mainly because I understand the law, um, and a couple other things too. One, um, my whole thing is making sure that you guys can be self sufficient. Um, if I were to come out here and just just like alert and just say, "Oh, here's this," like here's buy this here, sell this here, it does two things. One, I would like it's not allowed. You cannot do that legally. It's not allowed to do. The second thing is that it creates this I don't want to call it moral hazard, but it disincentivizes people from actually learning exactly what they're doing in the market. And in my opinion, and I think this is the correct thought process, is that in order to have like really, really good long-term success in the market, you have to understand like every element of what you're doing and why you're doing it. And that's really what we focus on. Like why, like what you have to understand, okay, this is the setup. Why are you getting this here? Why does this look good? This is how you're going to manage the trade when you're in it. Because what that enables you to do is have full confidence in the setups that you're taking. And that's what leads to real, like, powerful long-term success. Um, so yeah, that's what's in there. I mean, yeah, there's watch lists. We're on the stream trading and doing stuff like that. Like, obviously, if I'm on the stream and we hit like are entering something, it's pretty obvious to tell. Like I'm like, oh yeah, looking at this, it's breaking. I'm getting the like stuff like that. But I'm your tour guide in the market, guys. Like, you guys have the outline. You're ready to go. You understand what we're looking for, and then we hit all of these nasty trades. Finally in, Gerald. That's awesome, man. I think we've gone back and forth a couple times on Twitter. I'm happy that you're in there, man. That's awesome. I think you might have been the one with some of the medical issues. I think hopefully those are going a lot better. Let's do it, man. Let's have a good day. So again, keep smacking that like on the way in, team. Today, remember, is the last day to get 2 weeks free to the private community there. I'll throw the link in the live chat here for you guys, but it is pinned to the top. It is pinned to the top. Let's see. There's a lot. I mean, Apex is doing sales. There's a lot of things going on here. We have awesome. Awesome. So, but yeah, MK, thanks for GM. I actually like this one. Not right now, but like give it a couple days, and I think that one could set up really nicely. I really like Target here, man. I really do. Obviously, you do have this area of resistance up here after you break this of 137.12. You got this 138.13 that you got to get through, but yeah, I do like that one. Love boat tour guide? I wouldn't call it that, Ralph. I would not call it that, buddy. I like Lulu here too. It's not the best, but again, anything that I do here, if I do anything today, is going to be small size. Didn't do anything yesterday. There was nothing for us out there. We talk about that a lot. Like the yes, it's always fun. Like, and it is great being able to get you guys hitting these multi-hundred and 1,000% trades. But the most important thing in the market is understanding when the time is to take your foot off the gas. and just chill. Capital preservation, being able to have more money to deploy at the A plus setups when they do form again and going on those massive runs. People love to think about trading as like a fixed income instrument. And you see it in a lot of these like advertisements out there. They're like, oh, make X amount per day. It's like this person quit their job. I'm making X amount per day now. And it's like, that's just not like anybody who actually knows anything about trading is like, that's just not like, it's not how it works. You're just lying to people. Like, I guess, like, if you want to lie to people, that's fine. But that's not what we do around here. I also saw a video yesterday and I lost brain cells. There's like some creators out there that like literally like I couldn't imagine trying to learn trading for some of these people. They're like, I saw this video. I said, Ralph, I sent that to you, and I was like, dude, like I don't get it. I, I don't get it, bro. Maybe this year I'll start like just like starting drama with people. I don't know, man. I just don't care enough. People will learn. People will learn all their own. I like staying in our own lane here. We talk about like activist treasury issuance. Like, you know what I did last night? I went down a rabbit hole last night with the JP Morgan collar. It's interesting. I think we could talk about that a little bit. A lot of people talk about the JP Morgan collar. I've heard about it a lot. So I was just looking into a little bit more exactly how they set that collar up, and it's interesting. But what that led me to was a very interesting way of like hedging or taking a port. See, I think about things most of the time, guys, in terms of like how a actual like money manager would think about things. So if you think of fixed income, and this is actually another thing too that people don't realize. Oh my God, I realized this the other day, and I was like, oh, it makes so much sense now. What a lot of people are doing in terms of like these fixed, I see this may not some of the things we talk about, you're like, just talk about trading. It's like, no, 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 this is really important stuff. Ulta, I'm out of Ulta. But like the what people will use sometimes for like fixed income in portfolios is like ETF, like bond ETFs or like mutual funds and things. And it's like, well, your actual equity is at risk because you don't actually own the bond. So going back to what we were talking about before with this JP Morgan collar, here's what they do. They will buy puts 5% out of the money on the downside. And this is cool. Like you're gonna hear this a lot over the next couple days here about this JP Morgan collar. Here's what they do. So they buy puts. Okay, so this is where it gets a little more complicated. So they don't actually own the S&P. They own like let me think of a good way to explain this. So you have the S&P, which is weighted. Like the top 10 companies in the S&P are weighted more than the lower market cap companies in the S&P. Then you have RSP, which is equal weight S&P, where everything has an equal weighting. So there's 500 companies that have an equal weight. Then you have what they have in the JP Morgan collar, which is basically the S&P, but it's even more concentrated in the bigger names. Is it relevant? No, it's just think about it like they own the S&P. So what they'll do is they'll buy put contracts that are 5% out of the money every single quarter, and then they will sell put contracts that are 20% out of the money for the same quarterly expiration. What this does is with their portfolio, they have capped downside to 5%. So you cannot lose more than 5% of your portfolio in a quarter. Now, since they have then shorted the 20% out of the money puts, they are not going to participate in any losses from 5% down in a quarter to 20%. After the market goes down, let's say more than 20% in a quarter, they then start participating in the losses again. All right. So the market goes down 15%, their portfolio is down 5. So they're going to outperform. If the market goes down 30% in a quarter, they're going to basically beat the market basically by 15 points, percentage points, effectively. Now, what they will then also do is they will sell calls at about 3.5 to 5% out of the money to then finance that entire put spread that they have. Okay, you following? All right. Now, to me, here's what's interesting. To me, what I was thinking about last night, and I'm sorry for doing this, like throwing this on you guys, but like this is important stuff, and this is the way that my brain thinks. So, just letting you guys know here. Now, my thought process here was why buy the put? Why not just collar it? Now, there's reasons why you wouldn't do that. And in their case, it's like they want it's risk adjusted returns basically is effectively what they're doing, so they can cap out at a certain area and make sure that they have like almost defined risk, and they will always like beat the market if it tanks. My thought process though is, wait, what if you took one of these covered call ETFs that pays a really, really high dividend? Look at what the dividend is every single year. Buy a put at what that let's say it pays a 10% dividend. Ralph, think about this though. You're gonna like this. This is the interesting part here that I like. I know this is what you're sort of what you're doing, but think about this. Hold on, Mr. DK. This is completely different. And you guys should go back and listen to what we're talking about here because it's important. What if you took like one like QYLD or JEPI that pays a 10, let's just say it pays a 10% dividend. All right. You buy a put at, let's say, 10% out of the money on the downside, and then you sell calls to make a zero cost collar. Yeah, Beto would be a really good one for this. So you sell calls to have a zero cost collar so that effectively you have zero risk, because if the market drops, let's say that 10%, well, you're going to make your dividend, you're going to get your dividend payment of 10%. Again, this is not exact. There's a lot more that would go into this. But you would get your dividend payment of 10 of whatever your 10% is, but your equity would drop. So you're at even basically. Then you'd pay taxes, obviously. But if it's in with qualified money, you wouldn't. If it's in like a tax advantage account, you wouldn't pay the taxes on it. And then you have upside. So risk adjusted, it's like a nasty thing you could do. Does that make sense? You just joined. Did you miss anything? No, I'm just, I'm kind of going down a left turn here with with talking about the JP Morgan collar and how I would make it better or different with some of these covered call ETFs. So there are things you can do like that, and there are certain things that like that out there that you can do. Let's see. Ralph, are you following that? So like let's say it pays a 10% dividend, you buy the puts at whatever that number is, 10%, 5%, whatever the dividend is, and then you sell calls to offset the put cost. So you're effectively making your risk really close to zero, but then you also have upside. So it's not for like this isn't for like growth. It would be more so for like a portion of fixed income that you could do this with. Like if you have a young person that needs like some fixed income, that's what you could like further like segregate the fixed income portion of the portfolio and go like 60 that 40 bond. So you're hoping that the contract expires. No. What when you buy a put, it's basically insurance. So you're using options for what they should be used for. Boring divvy stocks. Yeah, so it wouldn't. So Ralph, it wouldn't work. This I was thinking about this. It wouldn't really work on the like a 4% dividend payer. Like it would, but that type of strategy would be for somebody that like has like an ungodly amount of money that just wants slow growth, risk adjusted. You're not going to beat the market, but you're going to have good risk adjusted returns in terms of what's called a Sharpe ratio, which we talked about in the mastermind. You guys remember that when we talked about Sharpe ratios in the mastermind? That's effectively what you're looking for there. It's just risk adjusted returns. Okay. So, sorry, we got 1 minute to go until market open, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button on the way in. Remember, today is the last day to get 2 weeks free to the private community there. Make sure you guys are hopping in, taking advantage of that. There's never going to be 2 week free. There's never going to be a free trial ever again. We're not doing that anymore. So, all right, how's the market looking going into open? Nothing crazy. We do have our 2 volatility zones that we could look to take some trades out of here. This one's a little bit bigger here. It's off the hourly, so it's better return than the cash of T-bills. Well, it could be, but you also could end up being flat, which is fine. Like you're basically just protecting the equity while also giving yourself capped upside. It's almost like an annuity, but it's not, if that makes sense. It's like this. It would look like a similar like profile to an annuity. You're just doing it yourself. All right, ding, ding, ding. Market open, ladies and gentlemen. Last trading day of the year. Let's see what this market wants to do. So, Nvidia, nothing much happened here. Lulu, nothing. Tiger, Tiger. If Tiger gets a little movement here, ladies and gentlemen, I'd be interested in some Tiger here. Bring back the Tiger King, which is me, which is Target. Tiger is Target. So, hopefully, you guys have some fun New Year's plans. Everybody, please be safe. We got a whole nother year ahead of us here to go. Have some fun in the market. So that's like 140. Lulu, I like. Am I taking FedEx? Where is it? I mean, I wouldn't right now, but like if it breaks, I'd be a little interested. Thanks for bringing this one back up. I forgot about this one. But yeah, FedEx is an interesting one here above that high. You only really have 2 days in consolidation here, though. So if you get a third day, which I would like, then I'd be really interested in this above the highs. Again, I really hate this earnings candle here. Like, I really hate this. But again, anything I'm doing now is going to be like smaller size going into the beginning of the year. Not because of like, oh, it's the beginning of the year. It's just based on the market conditions. Like, we've seen the ability for this market to gap all over the place. I want that risk to be out of the market before I really start putting any significant amount of size into. Ooh, here it comes. So maybe we'll see. It is still really early. Nvidia, where are you going? That's fine. Nvidia can fly around. You also can buy. Like, there's so many things you can do, guys. Like for fixed income, like what people do it all wrong. Like people talk about the 60-40 portfolio being dead, and it's like, yeah, if you're a moron, if you're an idiot, yeah, it is. Um, but what you can also do is you can buy like corporate debt, like you can buy like senior unsecured corporate debt at a discount, like have a 100 or let's call it 98% certainty of what your total return is going to be. And you can basically boost the equity a little bit, still get a return, and you're going to be fine. Like it's just, people think about things just the wrong way, and what a lot of people do, and you guys see me do this a lot too, is like people. It's okay. The Thanksgiving turkey thing is the perfect example, and I apply that to most things. It's like most people will do things, whether it's in their normal daily life or in the market, just because it's the way that people do things. Did we miss the MicroStrategy short? Yeah, we might have. We might have. I mean, we were talking about that parabolic short. I didn't think it was going to come then. I thought it was going to be more so on like Bitcoin topping out, which it might have. Yeah, we could have. We might have missed it. We'll see though what happens in 2025. What is the point in buying bonds though? They just weigh down your portfolio. Alfie, so you got to think about it like this. Bonds aren't like it's not they're for income. Like, think about a person who's like 65, 70 years old and is retired. They don't have any more cash flow anymore. That's what fixed income is for. So, like, yes, in terms of like somebody who's 40, yeah, you're not really putting them in like 60, 40, like having a bond portfolio and hoping that you're gonna put them in some more growth because they can afford to take a little bit more risk. But these older people need income, obviously. Lucid, let's say. There she goes. And there goes FedEx. I'll take a look, but I'll take a look and see how this chain looks here. Are these juiced up or what? Ooh, there it's moving. You have to go for neck. Remember, guys, we have no market. We have no market tomorrow, and we have no market next Thursday. So we got to be careful with what we're doing. Ooh, these spreads are bad. Ooh, these spreads are icky on FedEx here. Mobileye was a great buy yesterday. I think we talked about that one, didn't we? Yeah, it was just a little bit too much of a slow grind up for me to really want to go for it. I do like FedEx here, though. I just don't want to get. I don't want to like the spreads are really icky. Yeah, I mean, I'd have to wait for it's 4 minutes into the market and the volume is nothing on this chain, which is to be expected the last day of the year. So, guys, I don't know. I'm probably gonna burn stuff. Like, could it be a really good move? Yeah, but like on any of the strikes that I'm looking for on this thing, it's not like it's almost 100% spreads with no volume. So I'm probably going to leave that alone for now. What's market doing? Target, hopefully. I mean, this is an interesting one because I would actually go a little bit longer dated on this anyway, just because this is a nice longer base here. You see what, like, if you look at the chain right now on FedEx, Alfie, I know you're on shares. You mean you could take the shares trade on it all day long. The options, I'm not really looking for it there. And also, does that make sense though? Like, bonds are not for like, it's for income in like a financial plan. Like, they're like, okay, here are what your expenses are, and here's like some of these like additional like things that you would like to purchase or something. We're gonna take care of all your fixed expenses, and you're done. That's what a lot of money managing is. It's that stuff. Yeah, it's moving. FedEx looks good. So you guys want it? I mean, I was looking at the 295s for the 17th. The bid is 118, ask is 182. I don't really like that. Just saying. And then yeah, they're pretty spready. And then the next week, because think about it, you only have Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. You have 6 trading days. So buying next week contracts is really like it today being Friday and you buying the next week's. That's what it's like. And then the following week is that if it was Friday and you're not buying the following week, you're buying the week after because of no market tomorrow and then also no trading next Thursday. Lulu's not really moving. Target actually could do it today though. Yields back down. I like that. Where's TMF? I don't own this, but this is an interesting one here. That was the setup that we were looking at yesterday. So, 5 likes away from 50 on the stream. I appreciate you guys. Gerald, I just saw you in the Discord, buddy. Here you go. I'm going to shoot you a little bit of message here. Welcome. Start here. There you go. Yeah, again, guys, like today is the last day to get your first, or what do you call it, 2 weeks free to the private community. Let me grab that link in here for you guys. Again, last chance for a 2-week free trial. Never going to do a free trial ever again. Again, you guys get both the courses, the full watch list of stocks and cryptos that are about to explode before they do, the pre-market plans, the private live streams, the macro research reports, the single stock research reports, the trade recap videos that are coming in January. Like, you just click the link. Like, read those reviews. I only have 5-star reviews for a reason. And prices are going to be going up in the beginning of next year as well at some point. So if you want to lock in your rate, make sure you guys are hopping in there. But yeah, today's the last day. No more 2 weeks free. So, and again, it's last day before the. I'd like to see this trade down here, bounce, and then start ripping today. So, and then FedEx right back down again. I'm not really interested in doing a whole lot. Your target's holding really nicely here, though. Where's Wally? Nah, that's not a good chart there on Walmart. But yeah, anybody in that TMF, that's looking good. Again, for that one, for me, it's better to be late than wrong. Plus, what I'm really focused on with this is not necessarily the bond trade itself. It's more so like how's Pfizer looking this morning? Ooh, look, Pfizer's moving up. It's like the different Lebu, I would assume, is up. Yeah, Lebu shifting and moving back up here. It's at 91. The last time, guys, we did this and we talked about bonds and what was about to happen next. What happened? It was Lebu right here. Or no, when was it April? Because I remember it was like right around like the low 90s and it ran to like 150. Yeah, I think it was here actually. Yeah, this is when they overcooked it. Obviously volatile, but and then like RKT, is this thing gonna move down to it's curling? It's curling. If you like, that's really what I'm focusing on. Like, I don't really need to go sling TMF and TLT again. I also personally, for me, it makes absolutely 0 sense to put TLT in a long-term portfolio ever. That's what you're in. Are you in which one, Trader Joe? Lebu? Yeah, Lulu down. Pfizer? It looks good. I mean, I'm not in it yet, but Tiger, I like it. Oh, here we go. Come on. Come on, market. Palantir, ugly start to the day. Yeah, and I want to see where AMD is too. Yeah, I think I might sell this thing, man. It's been a good ride. Like, guys, think about it. Like, I owned an AMD at 1139. Like, I was selling some in the 160s. I sold a bunch of leaps on it, like right as it was approaching 200. Took that money, bought yin, it doubled. Like, I've done a lot of really, really good work with AMD. Like, is there really that much more I need to do with this? Oh, TMF, nice. Yeah, that's a good one. Because when I look at my account right now, it's like it's at like the same spot. Like the AMD moving down like this has not really done much to my account. Like it's still hanging out right at the high. Because our other ideas this year have done so well. It's like and AMD did well too for a while. And being able to collect that premium was good. So that's helping me as well. All right. Yeah. Like there's just certain stuff I know how to do, like or I've figured out how to do over the years that are interesting like that just benefit people. And it's like my thought process is like, why would I ever want to do the same thing that everybody else does? It's the same thing in trading. It's the same thing with everything else. And like it's like me being a contrarian, but not really. Like the turkey thing is such a good example. It's like if you asked everybody what their favorite meat is, they would not say turkey. 1 out of 10 people would say turkey. Okay, so then why does everybody have it on Thanksgiving? It's just because that's what we do. Think about what I did for my college graduation. I did not go to graduation. What does everybody do? They go to their college graduation. Mine was way better probably than everybody else's because I decided to do something different because I know it's like I'd rather do something like I think you guys get the point. Like same thing with like a fixed income portfolio. It's like why would I just throw money into these bond ETFs that has the equity at risk and you're not getting a good return? Or like yeah, you're getting the income, but your equity's at risk. Why wouldn't you still want to get the income and then protect your equity, or even know that your total return on the equity is going to be higher? I don't, I don't get it. Like, dude, if RKT shifts above here, it comes up above this 10 EMA here, starts consolidating, I will hammer that. I think you guys know the deal at that point. Like RKT can really get going. Actually, where's Airbnb? Because that could be another fun one. Man, that base in break on Airbnb was nuts. Speaking of base in breaks, where's Uber? Oh, dude, it's got the shoe. We haven't really talked about that before, but like when it has the shoe like this at the lows, that's usually a good sign. Nike. Nike didn't have the shoe. Which one had the shoe? Was it Snow? Something had the shoe. I forget what it was. This guy hates turkeys, turkey hater. I just think there's more efficient and slightly better ways of doing things. Ooh, I think the market wants our zone. If you guys have hung around for a long enough time, especially on these streams, you guys have seen how nasty these zones have been. I forget. I don't have them up on this chart anymore. I don't think, but I mean, you guys have hit some pretty disgusting risk to rewards on these volatility zones. So they're really consistent, and the risk to rewards really high. So I'll probably start posting more videos of me trading them in 2025. Problem is, I can't do it right now because the airport people absolutely destroyed my monitor. So I had to order another one this morning, or not this morning, yesterday. It should be coming today. So you guys are on my laptop right now, which freaks me out a little. It just feels weird. It's not the typical look I have on the stream or when I'm working. Rivian? Oh, Rivian, I think had the shoe. Kinda, not really. It was close. Hollow squeezing hard. If it doesn't fit the setup, if it doesn't fit, you must acquit. Sorry. Yeah, I don't care about this at all. Sorry. And I was tweeted this out yesterday, but like again, the things that are actually going to help people out the most are going to be the things that nobody cares about. Like I post a video day trading, making a couple grand, and it gets 1 million views. But I tell you guys what you actually have to focus on in the market, and nobody cares. So This is what everybody needs to focus in on going into 2025. This is what all the professional traders do. If you don't do this, you're not only not going to have success, but you're guaranteeing your failure. So listen up. The only thing that you need to be focused on in the market is the process and the execution of taking A plus trade setups. That's it. Making money in the market is a byproduct of good decision making. What most people do in B&E channel, and I don't want to like this is just the type of mindset that people are going to have. They're going to see a stock like Hollow and be like, "Oh my god, we're going to buy it." The movement of a stock is completely meaningless. It does not mean anything. Zero. It like you remember how we talked about Nvidia yesterday, how it gapped down and then came back up, even though we were looking at it. And I said, Nvidia, the stock could double today, and I would not care. Why? Because it's not a repeatable process and approach to making significant amounts of money in the market. That's all I care about. That's it. It's just it's literally the only thing that matters is execution. That's it. It's the most important thing. You guys focus on that and you have blinders on. You guys see how disciplined I am every time. It's like we have a setup up here, it like invalidates whatever it runs. I miss it. It's like, okay, it just wasn't what we needed to be doing in the market in order to make sure that we're going to have long term success. I know exactly what the results are going to be over time if I take those types of actions. So logically, doing other things is then going to introduce what do you call it? It's then going to introduce uncertainty into your data set. Let's see. Bought at 145, sold twice. Nice. Nice. B&E, that's great. Also, what I will say too is um in the space that we're in, let's say, it's great. I'm happy you're a multimillionaire. That's great. In the space that we're in, there's a lot of multimillionaires. I'm not saying this is you. I'm just saying in general. There's a lot of multimillionaires that are really stupid. Like that doesn't mean anything to me. Like I don't care. Somebody could be like, I have 10 million bucks. It's like, but you have a conversation with them and then they're brain dead. It's like, okay, well, I don't know how you made that money. But I mean, I'm happy for you. It's just something that I like. You do you see what I'm saying though? It's like I just don't care about it. If it doesn't fit exactly what I'm looking for, it might as well not exist to me. Like in my world, it doesn't exist. Yeah, Pfizer moving nicely here. I'm happy for you. That's great. Making money. That's what the market's about. FedEx looking good there. Did that chain tighten up? Not really. That chain's kind of busted. I feel like a lot of the chains are going to be pretty bad today just because of low volume, you know? Low volume across the board. Yeah, they're spready, man. I don't like that. Pfizer, though, could be a very interesting one. So you could make an argument for an entry at 2672, but really above this high is 2684. Volume's bad today. Yeah, it's really low. Let's see. Vix, are you a multi-billionaire? Not yet. Not yet. Let's see. There's that bounce. I mean, you came down to right the top of the zone here. Let's see. What is the area on Pfizer here? 2672. Yeah, you're close. Like, you could also make the argument for here, too. Nicola? All right. People have talked to me about this one, and I just... Oh, man. People have been talking to me about this one, and I just cannot... I can't... It's like Lucid to me, guys. Like, I hate this company with a passion. I hate Nicola. Once a scam, always a scam to me. That's how I look at it. Less trades, more profits is the way. 100% Trader Joe. Let's see. That's going. That's going. Oh no, like I'm not like guys. There's a path that I am on right now, and it's all the other stuff that I do where it's gonna be like the goal is to end up at like 50 to 100 mil. I think we could do that pretty easily. I do not think it would be very difficult to do that with the connections that I have and the things that we're working on. So we'll see. We got time. Wasn't that a scam, Nicola? Yeah, dude. Nicola's terrible. It was the one where they rolled the car down. They must have announced something. There's got to be news on it. Tiger moving down. Favorite cars? SF90XX. Love that one. I really like the Super Trofeo Evo 2. It's like a you should look that one up. That one's pretty sweet. Obviously the Pista. Love the Pista. The new Astons are pretty cool. I might get if I move somewhere, I might get something cool, but like you can't like for the other stuff that I like would start doing, it's like I couldn't like show up in that. It's just not a good look. Like you can't. Planet looks good. Weekly still looks really good on Planet. Mustang Super. Oh, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Oh, I don't have a car right now. I don't need one. Dude, I had a car for a while. I just like was like, oh, why would I like there's literally no point in me having a car in Boston. Target? Yeah. Same thing as we always do. We break out of here, 137.12. You got to worry about this 138.13. I'd probably buy something with a little bit more time at 145, seeing if you can get a nice movement out of the zone here, and then get a nice move back to the upside. This is an interesting area though because we've broken out of here once before. That's kind of how I'm looking at it. Didn't they have self-driven semis? Uh, no. Well, they said they did, but they don't. Yeah, Beanie. I had a nice Mercedes for a while. And then I just leased it though. I was like, I'll just lease a car. I don't care. But then because I thought I was moving to Florida. It was like I had such a deal on that thing too. And then when I realized that it was gonna be like $500 a month to park it at like here, and I was like, I'm not doing that because it's just gonna sit there and like, why would I just burn money? It's like I'm pretty good. I used to be pretty good at burning money if I really wanted to, but I don't want to. Like, there's certain things I would do and would not do. That in that case, I was like, why do that? So it just sat somewhere for a while, and then when I went to go give it back to the dealership, I was like, oh, it's like they'll probably pay me to take this off my hands because the car I think is worth more now. No, I had to give them like 7 grand to get out of it. Truest statement. I don't need a car in Boston. There's nowhere for me to go or drive anything. This is okay. So people will have cars and they live around. I see them all the time. But like, so this one dude has like a neon green SVJ, and you know what they do? They just lap. They just do around the same circle. It's like one, the roads are terrible. You're gonna bust up your car. You're by the ocean, so the salt air is gonna ruin your car as well. It's like it's not worth it. Not on parking for his car. Hey man, it was a phase. It was a phase. I don't do that anymore. I was trying to get a nice bottle of tequila, guys. I had probably the best. I mean, the markets. We're not doing anything right now in the market here. We can tell some stories. I probably had one of the best tequilas that I've ever had Saturday. It was it's a really long name. I think it's like Jose Cuervo, I think. It's like Familia de Reserva or something, but it was the extra añejo cristalino version of it, XO or something. It was something crazy, and it was, if you guys have ever had, it's like a black, like charcoal bottle kind of. It was ridiculous. It was like $50 a glass though. I was looking for something good here and I couldn't find anything. Tiger is going to be a really good one for the next couple of week, guys. That's going to be a really fun one. And then Lulu could be an interesting one here too. And then remember, guys, this is the last day to get your first week for 2 weeks free to the private group. Good one. Oh yeah, dude, it was ridiculous. It was that I had it's Tears of Eurona. That's a good one. It was all right. It wasn't the best, but there's a new one called like Comos, I think. That's an I think it's an extra añejo cristalino. Those are good. They charcoal filter it. Fies are moving here. Fies are getting some action. Where's FedEx? Get this Nicola garbage off my screen. You've had that smooth? Yeah. I think it's like $700-800 a bottle. I think. I don't know. Might be less. They were also trying to sell like Clase Azul, like repos for $200. I was like, I can get them for 120. I'm not doing this. That makes no sense. TMF looking good here though. Palantir bleeding this morning, bruh. Go the other way. Dude, we bought this thing at like 15 and 16. It's at 70 something, I think. I could care less now. 76. Who cares? Moto, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Don't get Ruby. Thanks, buddy. Have a good New Year too, man. Age longer, make it tasty. Yeah, there was like aged in wine red wine barrels and stuff. I don't know, man. I like tequilas. I'm like I'm not a wine person. Giving me like nice wine is like giving a kindergartner caviar. It's like they're not gonna understand it. So like I feel bad. Like people will have these like wild bottles of like and I'll be like, don't give it to me. I'm not gonna like. I'm not the person. You got a nice tequila, I will be able to enjoy it and understand a lot of the different things about it. But if it's wine, it's just not for me. I understand why people like it though. It's just not in my wheelhouse. Yeah, there's nothing going on today, guys. There's not gonna be much going on here. We're just gonna be hanging out, having a good time, watching the market. Oops. Oops, oops, oops. But yeah, everybody gets 2 weeks free, but today's the last day for that. That's gonna get cut off tomorrow morning when I wake up, which also could be the afternoon. I don't know. So you love caviar, dude. I was seeing people scoop it. Like it's just I've seen some people do some crazy things with caviar, like put it in a cup, take it to go. I really like this target setup here. I really, really, really do. Actually, where's Ulta today? How's that looking? It's chilling. I mean, that's actually like round 2 almost on that thing. Are there 2 setups you're looking for? On target? No. No, there's just one. You break up over here. The reason I'm talking about this level right here is because it's just like you got to get through this if you want to have a great target setup. AMD 2025, you think will explode be also in Fubo? Yeah, I mean, I'll probably keep like 2 or 300 shares of it. You know, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I gotta see what I have left, but I'll probably keep some of it around. But again, I'd rather hunt for more doubles if that like more like I want to hunt for more doubles. You know, like we've done this year. SoFi, Palantir, Yin, all that. That's what I'm really looking for. Go up a couple hundred grand on the position trades this year or 2025. That'd be nice. That'd be nice. Grifter sack of shit. Oh, dude. Are you upset? You're still on this? What are you talking about? Like what? Oh, I love this. I don't know, man. Nobody else is handing out multi-1,000% trades and changing people's lives like I do. So you can, we choose rich. All right, let's see what we got here. Ulta looks good. So angry that they don't listen to me. Oh no. All right, let's see. Are the common market moving? Wait, did that do what I think it just did? No. Wait. I think it did. Or it was close to it. It was very close to it. Let's see. Yeah, things moved down. Again, I'm not really looking to do a whole lot today. After being up triple digit percentages on the year, not gonna be doing anything right now. Like, what is there to do? Nothing. TMS still looking good. That could be a really good one there. It's gonna be slow though. Is there anything on Twitter? Anything that we need to worry about here? I don't think so. Gerald, you got questions on what do you got? On the Discord and stuff? Just shoot me a DM. I gotcha. Or just ask me in the general chat. Yeah, I don't think we have anything here. Yeah, all of the news accounts too are like taking this week off. There's not much to do. Grifter sack. I love that. I miss those days of people coming in here and just like being mad at me for being correct. When's earnings in January? It's probably gonna earnings season will probably start the second week. Do you think you'll be a giant sell-off, take profit today? No. No. I don't. They already did it. They could do it again if they really want to, but yeah, there we go. I did think, I mean, again, we kind of baited coming down into this area here, but yeah, I don't see much that we really like here. Where's Lulu? Is Lulu coming back up? Nah. Lulu still looks really good here, especially if it can hold here. Was curious what he's looking forward to more of STV's grifting in 2025. Oh, dude, I'm gonna get you guys so good. You know what we're gonna do? Like no upselling, just handing you guys stocks that are about to explode before they do, and then professional level macro analysis. That's what we're gonna do. All right, let's see. Tiger looks good here. Like almost good enough for a front run above here. Would I? Probably not. But it looks interesting. It does look interesting. Ankles. GSAT setup target. Yeah, let me look at GSAT quick again. This, okay, look at this right here. This is just a slow grind up. There's no up flat. This, look, you've got up flat. Air Ulta. Look at the Ulta setup that we had. Oops. Up flat. See? And lots of angles. Like, does that make sense, DK? Like, this is just a slow grind up here. If it's slowly grinding up, it's less likely to get the burst that we want. When you get those large periods of consolidation, you break out of them, it's usually pretty aggressive buying that comes in. Remember how I talk about in the course? It's like um that air like the periods of consolidation tell you a lot about the emotional feeling about market participants about individual security. When you break above or below, usually above, a lot of people start to fly into it. When you just grind up like this, there's not really a big level that people are looking to buy it at. So, like, you guys see this a lot happen with our setups. Like, we break a level and it's just a Hulk candle to the upside. The things just rip. That's why. Because you're getting those good periods of consolidation and people are waiting for the break and then they fly into it. So with top target here, you have a lot of that. You have a big move down. You've already seen them buy it aggressively out of this area before, or even though it's around earnings. And you have a really good setup coming in here. That's why I like this one a lot because even though you have this area here at 138.13 that you have to watch out for, even if you were to go from this level right here, 137.12 up to 138.13 and it rejects, it doesn't matter. You're still green. You're going to be green on your position. And if it wants to fade back down to these areas here, you're going to be able to get out for basically break even anyway. Like most of the losses that I take, guys, are like between 10 and like 20. It usually doesn't get more than like 15 to 20%. But every single winner that we have is minimum 100 to 150%. We scale out of our position, make it free, and then we're hunting those further levels, which that's when we get the 500, 1,000, 2,000% gains, which when the market's hot, that happens like a lot. And that is why most of the people in the group are able to have so much success because like the losses are so small and the wins are so big. Like the margin for error is so much bigger that all you have to do is hit one trade. One. And you're going to give yourself a massive buffer. With day trading, that's just not the case. It's going to be a lot more difficult for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are to have success day trading than it is swing trading. And like everybody in here can attest to that. It's like it's just simpler. BA is a good example of a grind up and drop. Yes, it is. That's why I wasn't really looking at Boeing. Back in here, I was. Look at this. This is a great example. So you have Boeing up, flat. All right, that's a weird candle here just because the market was all messed up. But then you get this nice break and run. Right here, it's like slow grind, slow grind, slow grind. You're breaking levels, but there's no burst. And then you obviously there's plane crashes and stuff. And then boom, you get hit. This is not anything that I would be interested in. If you were to have saw Boeing up, flatline, consolidate into this 10 EMA here, and then start to break, you'd probably see a lot of aggressive buyers coming in because it's still heavily discounted. That's kind of the gist of it there. Is market coming back down? Yeah, guys, you don't want to be trading today. There's nothing about this market here that you want to be going near. This thing is, there's going to be a lot of last minute positioning. And this is also when, this is why I was kind of looking at the JP Morgan collar here too. This is also when they have to start putting on the new hedges. So think about that video you sent me, that master day trader is brain dead. Dude, he's literally a moron. Like, and people like think that like, and people watch him. It also says a lot about the other person that he's hanging out with. It says a lot about that individual, about like who you surround yourself with. Really? That's what you're doing? Okay. Go. And it's like they have some prop firm that like, okay, so you're going to teach people how to trade, but also own a business that only will ever make money. It is impossible for a prop firm to make money if all the people that you're teaching to trade that use the prop firm make money. And I go on like rabbit holes and stuff sometimes. Okay, so they're not going to have outside affiliates, is what I've heard. They're not going to have outside affiliates. So it's only going to be their people. So those people are only going to listen to them. And then they're going to go into buy challenges at their business that will only make money when they fail. So there's two things. They're either admitting to you that they have no idea how to trade or teach, or they have every incentive to see you fail and feed you garbage every single time. Think, guys, just think. These people are these mainstream trading influencers. I don't think I've ever seen one, maybe one, that I'm like, oh, this guy knows what he's talking about and is not just a complete schemer. There's maybe one or two that I can think of. Everybody else, if I brought them around, some of the people that I talk to, even if in not the like, if some of the groups that I'm in, even with like the internet stuff, these people would be like, like they would just laugh at them. They'd be like, "You have no idea about anything. Zero." What makes me upset about it is because people are out there losing money because of this. It's this flashy nonsense, fake Lambo, rented what like nonsense that people are falling into. It's bad. I hate it. The trading space is done. There's nobody like there's not many people out there that are at Twitter, honestly, is the best place to learn about markets and trading. And, no, and very few of those people are actually active on Twitter because they just get like torched. They're smart enough to know to not go on Twitter. I really like this target setup here though. What percentage gains do they offer? If it's 90%, they expect people to lose money. The 90% profit split is really stupid because it's not real. Like it's not real money anyway. They could give you 100% if they wanted to. Like they could. Like it's just it makes no difference. Rowan Kitty says only need. No, well, Rowan Kitty's a smart dude, but he's not like mainstream. He's in his own class of like he's like a Bill Ackman. This was Bill Ackman yesterday on Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. This was all Bill Ackman here doing this. Now, is it illegal? You can talk your book. If people are going to listen to you and fly into you, it's technically not like I don't even know what the rules would be around that, but it's like this is Bill Ackman right here doing this yesterday. Go look at Bill Ackman's Twitter. He put out a big tweet yesterday talking about how he owns Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, and they've owned it for years, and it's at their basis, and yada yada yada. He thinks that something out, they're gonna go IPO, do all sorts of these other things, and it's gonna be good over the next few years, and then boom, look, everybody buys it. Now it's down 5% today. Whatever, who knows? This is probably Ackman selling right now. This is Billy getting out of his position, selling his bags. This was where Billy was buying, and now Billy Ackman is over here selling. SCV's on a roll. SV is right about staying to the A plus setups. You just have to be willing to admit it when you're wrong and make changes. Yeah, it's the most important thing. It's like the outcome of one individual trade to me is meaningless. Like I don't care if I take a trade and it ends up stopping me out. I don't care because I know the loss is going to be really small. And when I do hit the trade that does, like think about it, if I lose like max 20% on a trade, and the one trade that like, and then I hit another one that only goes 100%. Okay, well that's a 1 to 5 risk to reward. How many times do I actually need to be correct in order to make money? Well, it's 1 divided by 6. And we win a lot more of our trades than that. Ackman is being transparent, talking his book like anyone else would. No, I know. But the point is like Roaring Kitty is in that arena now. That's what Kitty's in. It's not. He's not like he's not like some dum dum with a Rolex being like, I can help you make $1,000 a day in day trading. Sorry, that was rude, but it's true. So hey. So we'll see. I mean, I like this target setup. I think this one could be really good. Lulu as well. What else? We have FedEx, maybe if you get a little bit more consolidation in there. Oh, look. It didn't hit it fully, but it was really close. These volatility zones guys are nasty. It didn't hit it. I mean, I can't say. Well, I mean, maybe I drew this incorrectly, but nah, yeah, that didn't hit it. It was really close though. This happens a lot with these volatility zones. Like so I have a video in the day trading mastery course for you guys on how to use these. I probably should make another one because what I don't think I included in that video is that when they're small enough, you can just long or short off of them with stops below them and target like 1 to 2, 1 to 3, and then further targets. You can do that. But like you guys have seen these happen a couple times where they just barely tap in. You might have drawdown of one tick and then it just goes boom right in the other direction. When you never had targets and when you learned about what that was, you're like, no, you're not stupid. It's just pretty spot on those volatilities. Yeah, you guys see it happen a lot. But again, they don't form all the time. That's why the less trades, more profits methodology is so powerful. It's like I'd be perfectly fine, guys, with taking one trade a month that looks perfect, regardless of win or lose, than take a million trades that are all just stupid. Scalping the 15-second. Don't even get me started on the 15-second time frame, guys. Today, don't even get me started. These TikTok people, it's like, oh no, we're trading the 15-second. It's like, oh, all right. You're trying to be a high frequency trading algorithm over here with really high latency and like okay, and doing it manually. Dude, the high frequency trading algorithm is gonna front run you, but like between the time you click the button to buy and by the time the order goes through in those milliseconds. Like, what are we doing? Oh, I don't get it, man. People are just so silly. Literally, all you gotta do, seriously, guys, all you gotta do is just look for stocks that are about to explode before they do. Make sure you have some just good risk management with them. Make your 100 to a couple thousand% on them. I know it sounds like I'm oversimplifying it, but once you see it, you really can't unsee it. Last rant of the year. I swear not. We can't be doing any more rants. That was pretty good though. I want to see this one hit. Bing, done. So again, this is the last day to get 2 weeks free to the private community there. Oh, everybody. Oh, this is also what you guys are going to get too. Yeah, if you guys do hop in today with the 2 weeks free, you're also going to get the big macro research report for next year. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Ulta could actually give us round two up in here. And I still like it. Like this thing could actually set up again and then go boom up to 500. I do like this. I'll be keeping another eye out on the Ulta because this thing when it goes, you guys have seen the Ulta trades in the past. Like this was the weekly setup. This sorry, this one was pretty good. This one was really good. When is it coming out? Probably this Sunday. It's gonna be long though. Like I have the outline of it right now done. So wait, did I tell you guys the funny SEC thing yet? I think I did, right? The funny the SEC comment. I think I told you guys. I know Ralph's heard it a couple times. That was honestly like that was one of the funniest things I've ever heard in my life. That was so good. I was like, oh man, that's just gold. I was gonna tweet it, and then I was like, I can't. Like, that's just silly. I can't tweet that out. Tiger's moving here. Tiger's getting up there. I mean, that's really the true break, 137.12. So you can make the argument for 136.42. But hopefully the chain isn't just absolutely cooked. It's actually pretty good, not gonna lie. That's a pretty good chain. All right, let's see. I like that. I like that. You got a lot of resistance in here though that you got to clear through. So my phone is lighting up today. Let's make an argument. Hey, start scaling in there if you want to. Go like a quarter of what you want there, and then the other 75% at the true break. You could. It's also the last day of the year, guys. Don't like. What are we doing? This is what this is what we're doing here. Up, down, up, down, up, down. Like this is gonna get a little silly here. So, but all right, guys, it's 10:20. We are going to be wrapping it up for the year here. Again, I'll throw that link in here one last time for you guys. This is the last day to get 2 weeks free. There's never going to be another free trial to the private community there. Make sure you guys are hopping in, taking advantage of all of the resources. That macro research report is going to be coming out for you guys this weekend. Private live stream back Thursday, public Friday, back to the normal live streaming schedule next week. But yeah, everybody, make sure that you guys have a safe New Year's Eve. What else we got? The My Funded Futures accounts. If you want it, use code VIX. Apex is doing a 90% off sale. So I'll throw an announcement or something in the Discord for you guys if you guys do want those. What a year, though, ladies and gentlemen. What a year. It's been absolutely awesome. And I think the highlight of this year, even though, again, like triple digit percentage returns for me, that's a great year. I love that. But seeing all of your growth coming in, and like a lot of you guys were struggling for years in the market. Seeing you guys come in, take advantage of everything, and especially like in the Swing Kings course and understanding like this is how you should be operating in the market all the time, and seeing the transition that you guys have all made to struggling to having insane amounts of success has been one of the most rewarding experiences of not only this year, but like my whole life. So shout out to you guys. It's been awesome. It's only going to get better. It's only going to get better, guys. So everybody have a great new year. I'll see you guys Thursday. I'll hang out with you guys a little bit in the Discord today, but I got stuff I got to do. So team, I'll see you guys later. Peace.